Now, you recall that the first 6 months before we go on our annual recess, the Senate, the Nine Senate, was able to pass some very important and fundamental and very critical and crucial bills. And thank God, almost all of them have been signed into law by Mr. President. And I want to take this opportunity too to thank Mr. President for promptly assenting to some of these bills, most of them really. And of course, the icing on the cake was when the Senate and House of Representatives passed the 2020 appropriation bill. That was a promise we made to Nigerians, even when we were campaigning to be Senate President by the grace of God. And we kept our promise. And we must thank God that we were able to achieve that. But let me, at this point, thank my colleagues, distinguished senators, because it wouldn't have been possible to achieve that without the full and optimum support of my colleagues in the Senate and indeed in the National Assembly. We resume tomorrow by the grace of God. Tomorrow is going to be a somber moment for us. The House of Representatives lost a member from Jigawa State. So it is customary that we honor the late member of the House of Representatives. Therefore, the Senate, and I believe that the House too, will simply suspend all parliamentary activities, and of course until Wednesday. But what we have in mind and before us is what is so important for Nigerians. First, and most importantly here, is to look into the issue of security that is bedeviling this country. Apparently and obviously, all hands must be on deck to ensure that we bring back a better security situation like we had before. Presently, the story is not good. In many areas, you have so much happening that is destabilizing our communities, killing of people, and we believe that we owe Nigerians the responsibility to intervene, to work together with the executive arm of government, actually to work together with the other tiers of government, the states and even the local governments, to ensure that we change the way we approach the security issues in this country. Apparently, the system has not been working effectively and efficiently, and we have to do something. And this time around, there shouldn't be backpassing. We have to be forthright. We have to say it as it is, and we have to do it as is required. Secondly, the PIB. The PIB that has defied passage. We want to break that jinx. Whatever the mystery, we are determined to ensure that we pass the PIB before the end of this year by the grace of God. The PIB is so important because until you are able to pass that bill or bills, whichever happens, you cannot attract investments into the oil and gas industry. In the last 10 years, there has not been any investment in the oil and gas sector in Nigeria. That is so important because we have lost so much. And if we pass, and by the grace of God we will, the enormous advantages, the enormous benefits will be important in catapulting the economy of Nigeria to the level that we desire, to the level the Nigerians need. We are also not oblivious of the need and necessity really to ensure that we amend the Electoral Act. We have had the 2019 elections. We had some other rerun or by-elections. Actually, even on Saturday, last Saturday, we had elections in about 28, in 11 states. 28 elections were held. There must be lessons from those elections, from 2019 to the elections of last Saturday. So we should be looking at where there are challenges and what we need to do to provide legislative interventions so that we have better election processes and procedures going forward. this is going to occupy our minds and is going to be at the front burner. And there are so many other things that we need to do, but let me also tell you that implementation of the 2020 budget is going to occupy our time. We passed the budget in good time. Now the 2020 budget will start from January, or would have started from January and will end in December by the grace of God, at 1st December. We are going to continuously engage the MDS, the ministries, departments, and agencies in oversight functions. We, in fact, want to introduce presentation of oversight reports in plenary, so that not only committee members know what is happening in the ministry or sector that they supervise, but every member of in the Senate should be able to know. And where the entire Senate needs to take a position or a direction to support or improve performances, we will do so. And I believe that we are going to engage the revenue generating agencies so much and so continuously for the whole year. You know that the implementation of the 2020 budget will depend largely on the revenue we are able to generate and collect. Therefore, the optimum performance of the revenue generating agencies will be critical here. We are going to engage with the revenue generating agencies on a quarterly basis. Next month, early part of February, probably next week, we'll hold a meeting with all the revenue generating agencies, a general meeting, a congress sort of meeting. But that is to tell them that we are here for you. We want to work with you. We want to ensure that you perform very, very well, creditably well, discharge the mandate that is expected of you. So it's not going to be a policing of some sort, but we want to ensure that every revenue generating agency is able to generate to meet its targets, and where there are any issues, we want to be there to ensure that the issues are addressed and dealt with. Finally, let me thank you again most sincerely for always being with us. I've already gotten someone who said I'm his mentor. Let me answer. The first question, I think, is the easiest question. You know, I'm not the Senate. The senators made me the president of the Senate. So I cannot tell you the position of the Senate here. We have not even resumed. So until we go back to the Senate. But one thing is clear, that all hands must be on deck. The federal government, the state governments, and even the local governments. And in fact, more importantly, citizens. Because wherever you see security improving, the citizens play their own role very well. But of course, the onus lies largely on governments. So we are going to work with the executive arm of government at the federal level. Actually, I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, as they say, but I believe that we should engage with the security agencies in the Senate to find out why the deterioration in security in many parts of the country. We have had a series of engagements before, but this time around, I think the escalation has made it mandatory that we have to have a very definite position as a government, because we just cannot play politics with this. Lives are at stake, and therefore the Senate will take a very definite position on how security in this country should be. I believe personally that we should restructure the security architecture. The present system does not appear to give us the kind of outcome that we need. And of course, whether it's the federal government or the state or the traditional rulers or local governments or what have you, the purpose should be to secure the lives and property of Nigerians, and we'll do that. The second aspect of your question is whether the 2.5% is a burden, and therefore we need some kind of amelioration, some kind of support. Yes, definitely. But let me clear this here, that the 2.5% increase in VAT does not include those items that the most ordinary Nigerians normally use. Many of these items that will now have additional 2.5%. Many of them are luxury items that people like you and I use, and I believe that at this point we need some resources to provide the most basic that the most ordinary Nigerians need. I think you are okay. So, is it the last question?
Yes, sir. And how soon, sir, during your last press briefing,